I'm allowed to have a guest today, and that's always exciting when I do. There is a great show coming up at the Sammy Center this weekend. It's on Sunday, and it's called Tap Kids. And with me is Lisa Hopkins. And Lisa, I'm catching you in Los Angeles. Is that where you are?
That is right.
Okay. And what part do you play in the Tap Kids show? Are you the producer? Are you the mom? Are you?
Yeah, I'm the director, choreographer, and co-creator of the show. I created the show with Philip Stern, and our production company, New York Stage Originals, are the producers.
Now, did you form this with the idea of touring, or was it going to be only on Broadway, or how did you come up with the idea for Tap Kids?
That's a good question. We were actually, I'm a tap dancer myself, and Philip and I write shows, and we produced this tap workshop just as an educational thing, which is now going into its 12th year, called Tap Kids. And we auditioned kids from around the country to come and participate in this workshop. It was in New York, and train for a week, basically, kind of a summer camp in a way.
Okay.
And we had kids, some of the best young tap dancers from around the country apply and attend. And we were inspired by their talent, and we thought we need to write a show that captures this passion. And that was the seed. So the workshop was in 2000, and the show itself premiered in 2002. And as I said to you before, we've been, touring more and more every year since. Didn't realize it would take off like it did.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, you've toured nationally, you've toured internationally, and it is so much fun to see tap dance back on stage again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And with these ambassadors of youth, it's incredible. Their energy and passion for what they do just has renewed the interest, I think, in young people as well, because a lot of people think of tap dancing as an old person sort of thing. You think back to the movies and the old days, and there's definitely, there's definitely a legacy of that in what they've learned and what they know and who they revere, but ultimately, they're taking it to the next level. Sort of a new contemporary feel. And
you have to do that. Everything has to evolve to grow. That's what you have to do, and that's what's fun. Now, did they just come out and do tap numbers, or is there a story that goes with this production, Lisa?
Yeah, no, there is a story, and the story is actually set in high school in their senior year, and it just kind of focuses around some of these kids, sort of the archetypes, as it were. You've got, your jock and cheerleader who have been together forever, and their life gets disrupted. Everything's been going along swimmingly until the new guy comes into town, and he doesn't come in with any ulterior motives. It's just that he kind of shakes up the status quo a little bit, and so that's sort of a bit of a catalyst for the setting, which is basically, we call it the rite of passage. We all have to go to school in order to get out and follow our dreams.
Definitely.
And so, as much as school can be an obstacle, it's also a place to grow and to take chances, and ultimately, it's really about them ultimately launching themselves into adulthood, seen through the eyes of day-to-day life at school.
So this has been going on for 9 years. You definitely have new cast members all the time then, keeping with the young theme.
Absolutely. I mean, it's interesting because up until recently, we actually had several of our original girls, because when we started, they didn't play high school students. The setting was school, but it wasn't high school.
Okay.
And the kids, there were some younger kids in the show, and it kind of evolved into that. So when we really started to tour nationally or internationally, especially for longer tours, we needed some kids that were 18 that could play high school kids, or even 19 and 21. We even have a 21-year-old in the show sometimes, so that they can actually free themselves up to to tour.
Right.
Having said that, all of the kids that have gone through the show have simultaneously been able to balance school and jobs and even college, some of them, and they're brilliant kids.
I was going to say, that's amazing. I mean, most of us have trouble enough just getting through high school without having a job and a profession.
Absolutely, and it's quite funny. I laugh, but it's true. People talk about Hannah Montana with her little her secret life, where she's a star. That's the life that they lead. I mean, they're on the road, and they're celebrities. They go home to their hometowns. I mean, I don't know if I told you it's cast nationally. So they literally fly back to where they're from, and it's 8 different states currently.
Wow.
You know, and then maybe the following weekend we'll fly out to another venue. Sometimes they're continuously on the road, but a lot of the times they're not.
Okay.
You know, they go back and forth. So they're really leading double lives.
Now, are you still based in New York, or are you based in Los Angeles? Where do you...
Yeah, myself, I'm in Los Angeles working on a project right now, so we've been here for about a year and a half, but we do have an East Coast office as well, and I'm an East Coaster. And then the company or the show basically is based wherever I am.
That's right.
As it were, you know, I mean, if I need to train dancers or whatever. So it's all done, a lot of it's done on the road as well, so it's quite an interesting process.
All right. So you are going to be here Sunday night. I'm assuming, are you flying in Sunday? You're coming in Saturday?
It's, they're coming in on Saturday evening.
Okay.
And they've just come back they've been off a few days, but they've just come back. They were in Frederick, Maryland. They were in Providence, Rhode Island. And just prior to that, about a week and a half ago, they're in Canada. And following their performance there in Spirit Lake, they're going to be in California for a week of performances. So they're all over the place.
Yes, they are. Well, and that's good too. So, all right, this is Sunday night at the Sammy Center, of course, and the performance starts at 7. I just had to get this out so I could make sure it starts at 7, and there are still a few tickets available. So definitely get a hold of the Sammy Center. It's going to be such a great show, and you know, one of the things here is that there are, you know, in these small towns, there's 4 of them that are kind of all together right here in just a very short distance apart. Every one of them has at least one dance studio that is full.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Yeah, so there's a lot of young dancers in this area.
Well, they will be inspired, and they may be future TAP kids, so they need to come, and they need to check out also TAP Kids on Facebook, because there is information not only about the show, but about how to get involved.
Okay, all right. So
there's a workshop and all sorts of stuff.
So it's just they can go. You said and you have a website
TAP
also.
Kids Facebook, it'll come up. Yeah.
Okay, all right. See, the kids would know that better than I would. So
absolutely.
All right.
They just need to become a friend, and they'll get all the info.
Oh,
and they'll all fall in love. I mean, the kids are great. They're all very different and interesting, and everyone always has a favorite. And you know, 4 boys and 4 girls, so there's something for everyone.
Most definitely. All right, Lisa, is there anything else you would like to add while I've got you on the phone here?
Not really. It's just to say don't be fooled by the kids part of it, because there's nothing Dolly Dinkle about it. I mean, these kids are cutting edge, and it's for all ages. I mean, adults love them as much as young people. So
yes,
you know, there's really something in it for everybody.
And as you said, there's tap dancing that goes back all the way to Bill Robinson and coming up to Fred Astaire. But then there's the new tap dancing that the kids have evolved, and you call it rhythm tap, and that's something that adds the newness to it.
Absolutely.
All right, good enough. Lisa, we look forward to seeing you on Sunday, and the Tap Kids will be at the Sammy Center.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
That's Lisa Hopkins. She is the director of Tap Kids, going to be here at the Sammy Center this Sunday. Do not miss it. It is going to be such a great show. As a matter of fact, I have some tickets for that. So you'll have a chance to win today and tomorrow. I'll let you know when and how. Campus Radio, KUOO.